T-minus 2 minutes. Please go down. Look, there's a Philippine history tonight. Pistons of the Knicks championship team mistake. Prayers for the answer. All right, sorry for the delay, and we are ready to go. So let's go. On your mark, get set. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning, Kevin Durant. You should have left California.
This bronsexual upset me in having to bring this teenage idiot from Wisconsin into a sports conversation. Are you really surprised the Cowboys are giving up on Ezekiel Elliott?
Whoa. Hell no! Well, no one cares about baseball.
Bitch, are you for real?
Wednesday, and glad y'all are with me. Good morning. Welcome, as I said, to the wacky bronze sexual Wednesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad that y'all are with us. And there's so much to do in a short time to get there. As you all know, it's Wednesday. You know what's happening during hour 2. And you know what usually kicks off the show, but there's a very special fan watching down in North Carolina. Her name is Stacy, and she goes by Nurse Namastasia. And for those of you who know, Nurse Namastasia has appeared on this program many a time. Give me a moment. Well, she's in the fight of her life right now. You remember what I went through last year in battling cancer? Well, that's the battle she's going through right now. And this morning, she sent me a request. And she says, I need a favor from you, please. I would like to do a live segment and announce my retirement and my new career path, if that is okay. Well, Stacey, you ain't got to ask. Whenever you are ready to come on board and make your announcement and do it live and do it the only way that you know how to do it, all you need to do is tell me. All you need to do is say the word. Let me explain Nurse Namastasia, a.k.a. Stacy Piedrahita, and I really hope I didn't butcher that last name after all this time. I've got Stacy, honey, I got every person in this crew, in this chat, I should say, cheering for you right now, including my partner, Cole Johnson. We are here for you just like you were here for me, for Jody, for my children, my grandchildren, when I went through the fight last year. I would hate to lose another person to cancer. I lost mom and dad. I've lost some cousins. I've lost friends to this horrible monster. And just when you think it is safe, it usually isn't. And I cannot tell you, Stacy, aka Nurse Namastasia, enough what you mean to me, what you mean to this crew, what you mean to the folks around you. I know how tough it is when you have family that don't believe in you. I know how tough it is when you have friends that don't believe in you and don't believe that you can conquer any and everything. Been there, done. You know what? Let me borrow from one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, Stone Cold Steve Austin, when he wore a shirt that basically said that. No, it didn't basically say it. It said, been there, destroyed that. In the last year, I've had so many people reach out to me and say, Snowman, we love you. We love the work that you're doing. And we want you to continue it and fight your ass off to stay with us. Well, Stacy, I'm telling you the same thing that was told to me a year later. You got no business leaving us right now. There's an industry that needs to be exposed. And you and I both know what that industry is. And when we get back together, not a matter of if, but a matter of when, we get back together and start doing our podcast again, that'll turn into one hell of a radio show. People will understand why the timing is what it is. It's a heavy heart that I make this plea. And it's with a very heavy heart that I tell everybody, you know, cheer her on, will you please? Please. If y'all can do it for me like you did last year, then do this for her. Because I remember one morning when Jody was getting ready to go to work and I was taping my first ever interview with Stacy. And Nurse Namastasia heard Jody's voice. And the first thing she said to me was, her spirit and your spirit belong together. And she said hi to her through my headphones, and Jody heard her, and they shared a laugh before Jody went to work. Well, Nurse Namastasia, we got plenty more laughs to share. We got plenty more stories to share. And as Victor Locke just said in the chat, we need our favorite nurse. You know, the world needs people like Victor and Cole Johnson and Sick and Ryan McCoffey and A Pizzle and Nurse Namastasia and Dr. K and everybody. Because people like us are a rarity. And if it seems like I'm about to burst into tears, I am. I also want to lose nobody else to this damn disease, man. When she informed me that she was going through it, it hit me like a ton of bricks. It hit me just as hard as when Dad told me he was going through it back in 2006. And it hit me especially as hard when I lost him, and especially as hard when I lost my mom 2 years ago. Since 2006, between that time, 2006 to 2021, I've lost a total of 5 people to cancer. And I was on the chopping block. I was on the chopping block. I know I'm not supposed to have this, but in your honor, Stacy, this is for you. And I'll make this plea again, and I will continue to make it throughout the show. She didn't give up on us, so let's not give up on her. All the legendary moments that are shared on this show, Stacy, you just have to know you have been a part of it. When I met you last year, matter of fact, the day I met Stacy last year, and the day that we decided to start taping our show, is the first day I did a UNCG call for ESPN Plus. So that was a dual celebration day. But man, I ain't gonna lose. I don't care what the hell happens, I'm not gonna lose you to this. I've lost 4 of my broadcast friends. I've lost both my parents. I've lost a few other family members. This is ugly. This is an ugly fight. And this is from a fellow who took on the fight with everyone in his corner and beat it. And Nurse Namastasia, you're going to do the same thing. You've always taught me to do things my way. You and Jody, 2 of the most important women in my life, always encouraged me to stay on my path and get your together. I can't say enough to a person I call family what she means to me in the short amount of time that we've gotten to know each other. Everybody in this chat sending prayers for you, Stace. Everybody in this chat cheering you on, sis. We love you. Period. Ain't no way you leaving us. If these same people last year wouldn't allow me to quit, we're not going to allow you to quit either. And I mean every word of that. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to breathe for a moment, and then Cole Johnson will join me, and then we're off to the races. Nurse Anastasia, Stacy, we love you. And this one's for you. Back in a minute.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
That's why we here on this platform.
Marriage, a loving splendor, a daily grind. Such is the case when Damien and Jamie get together and chop it up, for marriage is real.
Let's just lay it all out here. Let's just be real with it.
Join this wonderful couple who keeps it real and always in love. BS3 Network proudly presents Marriage is Real, where love is the only thing that matters. Live every Tuesday at 8:30 Central. Oh, and Jamie has something to say.
Deuces and trays.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
The original Think drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high-potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus. Smarter than energy.
'Cause we take this. The following is a public service announcement from Wise El Jefe.
Boston.
This has been a public service announcement from Wise El Jefe.
I should have known that's how you'd come in. Ladies and gentlemen, my partner in crime, the man in charge, the executive producer of this here program, and the man in charge of Cole Sports with a Z. His name is Cole Johnson. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. And does cancer stand a chance with anybody in this fold?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
I know you're the EP, and thank you for that. But in Stacy's honor, can we just laugh for a couple of hours? And just, this, not just for her, but for anyone's spirits that tune into this show.
Oh, yeah.
Just need it.
Oh, yeah.
I know you put the slate together, but when I got this news and this request this morning, everything flipped.
Oh, I understood.
And I said,
That's why. I understood. That's why I delayed doing this.
I appreciate that.
I
I appreciate you.
That's
That's an interruption. That's an interruption in the flow that I can understand. That's why I didn't do it. But I figured I was going to play that just to break you out of the funk that any news like that will put any of us in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I
But
said,
I still want to respect Stacey and you for not doing that then.
And I appreciate that. I mean,
Yeah.
does Kansas Bishop Bowingo, does Kansas stand a chance with Nurse Anastasia?
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no.
There's the answer we all need. Quickly to the Fanatics feedback zone. You know the usual suspects. A Pizzle 90 is here. Ryan McCoffey is here. The Hardcore Sports Network is one of our carriers this morning, along with David 3000, of course, the Shady Sports Network, all with us, folks. In lieu of everything we were going to talk about today, to lift up Stacey's spirits and anyone that's going through cancer, we're gonna laugh.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna laugh.
We're gonna laugh.
Oh yes,
this morning.
Oh yes, we is.
See, when you say something like that, I know something evil is in that brain of yours.
Oh, what?
Don't you even try that. You can't even look at me, you rat. I know you got something cooking.
Well, I might have something cooking, but it doesn't have to be evil or funny.
And whom am I talking to? This is the same fellow who lobbed something up for our brother Wise in his destruction of Dave Portnoy.
Hey, look, I happen to see. I love doing this. I could deliver this perfect. I wish Weiss was here with me when I do this.
I wish that too, man.
But as I was perusing social media,
oh no,
I had the slate for the episode that was released last night, all set.
Yes.
And about 2 days before we was going to record that show, I run across the video from Dave Portnoy.
Oh no.
And I remember back in April when I was trying to set up one show and
Right.
Why slipped a DM to me, says, yeah, we have to talk about him.
Yes, I
Like,
remember
Lord.
that.
So cut to last week when I saw that video. I said, okay, well, all right. I said, all right, Wise, change the plans. There's something that I know you need to see as to why we're not going to do what I told you we are going to do this week. So I slid it in there. Then I debated on when I was going to actually have it be on the show.
Yeah.
And even though, yes, the main course was the Skip Bayless Shannon Sharp thing.
Yes.
I was like, I know Weiss is going to tear up Dave Portnoy, so I'm gonna make that last. And that show to me, as an executive producer, that show to me was actually a perfect setup. I was like, oh, this is perfect.
When you produce Mentality, and if y'all haven't checked out Mentality, please do. When Wise goes on one of his legendary rants, and believe me, they are all legendary.
Yeah,
from the first time he ever did it, which produced. Give him the PSA. This is what started it. Give him the. Give him the PSA.
Started. The following is a public service announcement from Wise El Jefe,
Boston.
This has been a public service announcement from Wise El Jefe.
That started it.
I'm like, oh my
That
god.
started it.
So what is wrong with this man?
And then there was, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, at the end of Thoughts from the Throne, when he was talking about spending time with his wife and his family and with his mom. He just looked right up into the camera. He goes, oh yeah, F Boston, peace. And you were out of your chair.
I'm like,
listen, this man Q's. I'm getting in the mode of, okay, I know I'm gonna have to say something serious and wise.
Right.
And, you know, so you know,
and you were preparing for it.
I was preparing for it. He broadsided me with that F Boston lob at the end of his, and the thing was, it was insightful what he was saying. I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Very much.
Spend time with family. Happy birthday, mom, and
happy Mother's Day. It was Mother's Day.
And happy Mother's Day. It was Mother's Day. It was the episode before Mother's Day. It said, happy Mother's Day and all that. I'm like, okay, cool. I like that.
And then he hit
F
you
Boston
with
peace.
That. Then he hit you with that.
And what makes it funnier, I mean, Wise is a funny guy, but what makes it funnier is he delivers it with a straight face.
Yeah. That's what like shoots it all in the basket.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, let me borrow the late great Jim Durham. That's what has it stuck on automatic.
Yeah.
He does it with a straight face. Listen, he's the only one that can deliver something like that with a straight face. The rest of us are in a pool full of laughter.
I would have been rolling on the floor. F Boston. Peace.
You did that. He did that.
Oh my good Lord, man.
And you're just sitting there going, how?
Yeah. and then cut to when he started to actually just rip into Bostonians at the end of the show. I'm thinking, okay, everything's cool, and he just says, And I give him the obligatory. Is there anything you'd like to say to everybody before we go? And he's like,
and I'm sitting there going, why are you giving him this lob? It's from Starks to you, from Starks to Ewing.
Starks to Ewing.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, I do. F everything Boston. F New Kids on the Block. F New Edition. I'm like,
that rant right there. That rant right there.
F Ben Affleck. F Matt Damon. I'm like, what?
Do you still have that? Do you still have that?
I gotta find it, but I'm like, oh my gosh, why?
Okay,
why?
Let's continue to laugh, folks. You know what Wise started our mentality, the effing moron of the year, and all the nominees.
And that was not planned, by the way.
No, that was not planned.
That was organic.
And that one started with Keith Olbermann and Jason Whitlock. And I loved Keith Olbermann once upon a time when he at Sports Center with Dan Patrick.
I did too, but yeah, he's lost his way a bit.
He's lost his way 10 times over. Okay. And then Dave Portnoy becomes a nominee.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that's when it tipped over.
And Victor Locke says Bizarro Wise was born on that day.
Yes, Bizarro Wise was born.
Yes.
When he ripped into Dave Portnoy the first time. Yes, it was.
And
then
that legendary rant of F everything Boston.
And to answer your question, Victor, actually, Dave Portnoy was the first nominee, and
then Jason Whitlock followed that.
Yeah, the most memorable nomination bit was Jason Whitlock.
It was Jason Whitlock, and he said that fat greasy, and then he pauses. And he pauses after he says fat. He paused, and he said, "I'm fat too, so I can talk about fat
people."
I was gone. I was absolutely gone after that.
I'm sitting here. It's like I know I'm part of this show.
Yes,
but it's like I'm an audience member to
edited.
Yeah, I'm an audience member to Comedic Genius. I'm like, what the world?
Yes, and none of this is, and folks, none of this is planned.
I don't tell him to say one single solitary word.
No,
I don't even give him the direction. Yeah, I don't even give him the direction. I don't even say, mention this, but no. I don't give him bullet points.
No.
I don't give him guidelines. I let him rip.
You let him go.
I let him go.
The same way you cooked when you started Bronze Sexual Confessions, and you allowed me to borrow it and take that part of it, and go with it. And Stacy just sent us a note. She says she's loving the show, and she's spreading the word to all her friends. So if you're having a bad day,
more.
if you're having a bad day and you need to laugh, this is for y'all. All right. But when he went off, no, let me say it the way you say it. When he checked in and went off.
He went
and I love the way you said that. And I think I think the first time you ever said that is when I checked in and went off on Bronzexuals. Go figure. And now it's become a staple of mentality, and I am proud to say it's on Snowman Multimedia 5 nights a week.
Thank you for that.
And I'm going to increase it to 7 at the 10 o'clock hour at night, because that's a perfect landing spot for it.
It's it's funny now. Yesterday's episode it ended up that's now the 20th one, and
20 episodes. Can you believe that?
Yeah, it's hard for me to fathom because I still remember the first and the second, and I remember the first vividly because at the end of it, we end the broadcast. The red light goes off, and I am seeing Wise's face, and then it literally was looking like this. I'm
that
like,
is when you knew you created a monster.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
That is when you should have known.
I should, yeah.
And there.
And
you
Wise
created a monster.
And Wise loves to say this. So I see this face, and I'm thinking, okay, I know I'm dealing with a guy around my age, but right now I'm looking at a 9-year-old who's opening a Christmas toy.
Absolutely.
he's opening a Christmas gift.
Which
I love that.
And I love this about Wise. He's always said he wanted to do another show and not involve sports. And I get that. I had that with Snowman Unfiltered and the Brian Snow Show. Okay. I absolutely understand that. Eagles Elite, good morning to you. The man
What's up, Cool?
Where danger is his business. Cool McCain in the house with us. But when he had, and I could see that giddy smile on his face.
Oh my gosh, that's one of the best gifts of doing mentality. I have that frozen in my. I have this frozen in my head. That look.
As well, you should.
And the funny thing is, I actually admitted to him, I didn't quite see it then.
Right.
And I think it was because I was, you know this, being that you run so many different shows.
Yes.
You're in the mode of you want to make sure all I's are dotted, all T's are crossed.
Yes.
Sometimes the last thing you really think about is, okay, so in the midst of the show, was the show execution really good?
Right.
You want to make sure that the logistics are right.
All the, like you said, all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed.
So you're all about the logistics. So me, I was all about the logistics. I was like, okay, did we say everything? Did I step on his toes? And I know Wise wouldn't step on mine because he's just that professional of a guy, and he's a cool guy to boot.
Yes.
So I didn't even have a concern about that. So, but I was like, did I give him a proper voice? Did I, did I make him an equal in this and not make it as though because I moderate the show and not make it as though this is my vehicle and he's along for the ride.
All the boxes were checked.
Yeah. So
after all that, the boxes were checked.
So yeah, all of them were checked, but I still didn't see the wow, man, this show is actually going to be a monster yet. And Wise loves to tell the story of, yeah, you didn't believe it like I did. I was like, true, I didn't.
He believed it from minute one.
Yeah, he believed from minute one.
He believed it from minute one, just as I believed it when I brought you onto this program. And as the EP of all things Snowman Multimedia, which really becomes official after I get back from vacation, because I want you to be the EP for the Brian Snow Show as well and give it the direction. The second and the only breadcrumb I'll drop is I want the second half to be interview time, but the first half, that's all you, because that's why I love having you on, because somehow, some way, you keep everything within where it needs to be.
Oh, yeah.
David 3000 joining us from
What's up, David?
Massachusetts. Good morning to you. As
Morning,
mentioned,
brother.
Brian McCoffey joining us from New York. Wise even said F. Paul Revere. He did in that first legendary Boston rant.
No. In the most recent one, that's where he
Well,
started.
that's right. It was the most recent one.
Most
It was
recent
the most,
one, which was
and then he threw Ben Franklin under the bus.
that was last week.
He threw Ben Franklin under the bus, y'all.
And yeah, Ben Franklin and Ted Kennedy.
Yes.
So it is good to know that he doesn't even spare
He
dead
threw
people.
He threw Nancy Kerrigan under the bus. And
I didn't catch it in full until
coming.
I didn't catch that one.
Coming.
Yeah. I could see it coming, but I didn't catch it in full until I watched it back. I was like, this fool actually said F Nancy Kerrigan too. I'm like, wow.
Yep, he did.
Wow.
He did.
Yeah. But yeah, I did not see how this show was going to be the monster that it's become probably until after the third one. And after the third episode, that's when I was like, yeah, I think we're onto something. Now, how it's morphed to what it is now, I don't think either one of us saw that.
No. Because I can tell you from the people that catch it on my networks, especially since I started airing it 5 nights a week, they will tell me that they're glad that I air the show because they love the subject matter, but they wait until the end of it to see what Wise will uncork.
And that's see and to me, this is why I love platforms like this. I always want to do. I think you've been around me long enough where I think you understand what I think about broadcasts because I think you got.
7
I
years.
think
You've known me since LaPorte, Indiana, when I really started digging in. I tell you what, as long as I have been active, it was when I met Cole in 2016, just before the turn of the year.
It's been that long, yeah.
It has. Because I was going through a mess in LaPorte, Indiana. Just coming off an abusive relationship, dealing with someone who broke up with me and didn't explain why. It was then I started to dig in and the genius of Cole started slipping in my head. But you're right. When you told me then, before I moved to Jasper, when you really put the EP horns on, and yes, he said horns because you got to think of it as bull horns. When you think of it as bull horns, then you're on to something. Man, when y'all created Mentality.
Yeah, it is to me that has been, and I mean, I love other shows. I love Cole Sports, and I always have an affinity for it. Like because that was the first creation.
That was the first one. That was the first one.
I love Revelations because it provides a different look into who I am.
And I'm so glad Revelations is back.
Man, I'm glad it's back too.
I'm so glad Revelations is back. You went away from that too long. And I mean, of course, I mean that jokingly, but
yeah.
But man, I'm glad that is back. But when you created this one,
and the funny thing about it, man. So after Wise and I came to agreement. Yes. Okay, we need to do a show together because we knew we had that chemistry really from the very first time we were on camera together, which of course was this platform.
Yep.
Way back in early April of last year. And
that's when y'all were sitting in for me after I had my surgery.
And both of us had similar thought processes of, man, that just seemed too comfortable. What the heck?
Right.
And I don't know this dude, but man, it feels like if
y'all clicked. From
it's
from the first moment that you introduced him, you introduced the show, you guys clicked.
Yeah, we clicked. So about 6 months later, we get together. We're like, yeah, we got to do a show. I'm like, cool. And then Wise says, but it can't be about sports. I'm like, thank the Lord. Right. Because I was thinking the exact same thing. I was like, man, I would love to do a show, but I really don't want to do a sports one. And it's not because I don't like sports. It's that I do I'm on two different platforms that talk about sports. So I'm like,
which is why I unearthed which is why I unearthed the Brian Snow Show for national airwaves. And it's not about sports. But when y'all put mentality together, the first one, and we're going to go to a break here in a minute. Matter of fact, let's go to a break now.
We'll continue.
Yeah. Let's do it now. We'll come back in a few minutes. More laughter. Stacy, this is for you, and this is for everyone that's battling cancer right now. Back in a flash.
I'm in another lane. I'm a different breed. I'm everything you can never be. I'm next level. Next level.
Thursday nights are wrestling night on CSTV. Tune in every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific to see all the amazing Next Level Pro Wrestling stars on Thursday Night Throwdown on CSTVNow.com and the CSTV app on your Roku.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus. Smarter than energy.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brux Night Guard. Now the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to BruxNightGuard.com and order yours today.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, W-I-Z-E.
Are you in a life-holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extra berth. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Yeah, sports are great, but without your health, you get nothing. Like, I'm on the verge of dying, so, like, what's more important, really? Sports or being dead? Like, dead.
And now I turn the floor over to you. What is there to gain from posting a video while supposedly under a fever?
First of all, I don't wish anyone death.
No,
I don't wish anyone death.
I don't either.
But I might make an exception for Dave Portnoy's. Dave Portnoy. I could give two if he was home throwing up, vomiting. I could give two. The first nominee for Moron of the Year, it was Dave Portnoy.
And he also wished he had diarrhea in the mouth and the behind. What else did he say about Shannon Sharp, Skip Bayless, and Billy Joel. Well, tune in to the Coleman Media Incorporated and the Real Eyes TV YouTube channels where you can catch that episode right now, and you can catch the television replay on BS3 TV through Roku TV. Thursdays, 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central. And we always thank you for your support, and we thank Snowman Multimedia for theirs. All of that is in the most recent episode. Yes,
and that's just in the first. And that's just in the first 60 seconds they're in. That's just in the first. That's just in that 60-second clip. I have a new background for you to check out with a couple of your favorite fonts. Think CBS Sports.
Okay.
I decided, as Cole has been created for me, I decided to return the favor. So take a peek at that virtual background I just uploaded, and I hope you like it.
All right. Let's see.
But Dave Portnoy, while Cole is looking, give me this camera. Dave Portnoy, shut up. Okay.
Lord.
The general of True Cowboys Fan Army is in the house, Mr. BS3. What's up, BS3? Oh, gosh. Ben Franklin was indeed born in Boston. And the first time that Wise cut loose on F Everything Boston.
Oh, my gosh.
I know for a fact, and this is in salute to y'all at Mentality, I know for a fact you did not see that coming.
No. Didn't see it coming, didn't coach it to come. I didn't say to Wise, look, the show needs to have some comedy in it. Didn't mention that to him.
Didn't need to.
And didn't need to.
He knew what he was doing when he did that.
So of course, being the EP that I am, I'm just like, okay. So I've unearthed a different side to Wise. Well, I'm gonna find some topics that can unearth that even more. All right, cool.
Jason Whitlock, Dave Portnoy, Keith Olbermann, and that moron of the year thing was totally unplanned.
Oh my gosh, that was one of the most brilliant. That was one of the most brilliant.
Unplanned.
No, it was not planned at all. And
speaking of moron of the year, I'm going to have some fun, and Wise, this is for you. I can't believe I'm going to say this aloud, but to borrow a segment, I now have a candidate for the fucking moron of the year.
Oh, good Lord. Okay. Who is the candidate?
Kyrita Pinkett Smith.
Thank you, Victor.
You ain't getting out of that one.
I didn't create. I created his name as Kyrita Herbal Tea.
You created Kyrita Herbal Tea, but since you started creating names,
oh yeah, they do come out the woodworks. Yeah, yeah. That's a Victor Locke special.
That's a Victor Locke special. I now nominate Kyrita Herbal Tea, aka Kyrita Pinkett Smith, aka the Woke People's Champion. That's you. AKA the Rebel Without a Pause, aka Uncle AWOL.
That's me again.
As the fucking moron of the year.
Okay, so why are you awarding him such a distinction, sir?
Well, let's just spin for the reason I'm going to choose today.
Joker. Oh,
who is he trying to recruit?
I know. I know. I was.
The look on your face.
I was trying to get that out of you. Yes, I know.
I'm saving that.
I know you are. I know
about
you are.
9.5 minutes from now.
I know. Yes. So yeah, I know. So let me channel my inner Dolomite on this one.
Are you for real?
That should always be the response for we're not allowed to talk baseball.
That's precisely why I put it there.
And that's why you put it in that intro. I mean, Jody looked at me and she says, "Look, I hate baseball. I may not like it, but I support you because that's what got you started with your dad and your granddad." I mean, Jody has no problem telling me she doesn't like baseball, but at the same time, she supports me in talking baseball and watching it because that was my grounding.
That's mine too.
That was my grounding.
Same thing with me. Same way I came into baseball and loving it. My father.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, for dad and granddad, for me, that's what got me started. Speaking of baseball, I have a present for you, and it's a present you've seen before. But I feel, was it last week? Yeah, it was last week when I was trying to eulogize something and I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks ago when Cole tried to eulogize something and couldn't do it.
Oh Lord.
I decided to interrupt said service with a baseball break, and it looks like this.
And Alvarez belts it deep to right field. Distant by. Unbelievable. The Astros a walk-off win. Yordan Alvarez, a walk-off 3-run homer. And the Astros stun the Mariners in Game 1 of the division series. Incredible.
So I decided to take a baseball break.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Robert Ford.
Yes. And the only home run that Alvarez has ever hit that makes me feel even more euphoric than that one,
Game 6,
is the Game 6 World Series homer in the bottom of the sixth when he's launching the dance in the field.
When he beat one out of the stadium.
Yes.
So PGA and Liv merging. Thought Liv was the devil. Well, apparently not.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that, sir, because on Go Sports,
you're gonna go in.
I'm gonna go in on that, bro. And I'm gonna go in for that exact reason.
I'm gonna wait for you to go in before I give my complete thoughts because I'm listening to thoughts from everywhere, and I want to do the subject right. So I am waiting until tomorrow to weigh in on that. And thank you, co-executive producer Cool McCain, for that. And I can't wait for you to. What time are you on today?
Well, I'm gonna go on about 4 Eastern, 3 Central.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Give you time to actually do your show.
I appreciate you. And when I get done, I'll have an hour of downtime. I'll go hang out with my my little Lucy, and then I will pick up your broadcast on my network. Okay. I will finally have it. I think I finally got it situated where I can pick it up and air it live on my network, and I can't wait for it. Oh, I can't wait for it. Because when Cole goes in, y'all think I go in on certain subjects? You ain't heard nothing yet. And Ryan McCarthy adds this. Unky woke.
Unky woke. Oh, God.
Not Uncle. Unky. Hey, Unky woke. You're out. I will add this for PGA and Liv merging. A, it's all about money.
Of course it is.
As the OJ saying. B, Saudi Arabia has now come into play because they're funding Liv Golf. C, there's more than one hypocrite in this crowd. And I will leave that red carpet to you for 4 p.m. this afternoon.
No lies to be found in any of them sentences or statements. 1 to the 100.
Did I throw you 3 fastballs right down the middle? Did I throw you 3 fastballs right down the middle?
The worst power hitter on the man if I didn't launch any of those pitches in the stands. Good.
If you missed all 3 of those, if anybody missed all 3 of those, and I don't like golf that much, but
I'm not the biggest golf
I
fan
know a hypocrite in the crowd. And there's a whole bunch of them now, and they all merged. Now we get this.
Oh, my gosh.
breaking-ish. Thank you, Ryan. Lionel Messi will play in Major League Soccer. Okay, next.
Oh, good.
If it ain't, look, I'm sorry, y'all, but people have been trying to get me into soccer for the longest time. But I miss Major League and I miss the Major Indoor Soccer League.
Or the Soccer League.
All right, baseball break courtesy of the one and only Barry Bonds.
Comes up, let's listen in.
Number 25, Barry Bonds. Designated
Number 25.
Bonds at slightly open stance, feet fairly close together, crowding the plate.
Watch it.
There's a long one to right field. Forget about it. This one is headed for New Jersey. High into the upper deck. Barry Bonds with a spectacular 3-run homer. And he has electrified Yankee Stadium. 3-0 Giants.
Now, you a bad man.
Not one person saying
now you a bad man if you are a visiting player and you get all 50,000 people in Yankee Stadium on their feet, and
55,000
none of them
plus,
and none of them are straight up booing.
I mean, they were booing when he was announced. Bob Shepard was announcing him.
Right. Oh, they booing and announcing him.
Coming to the plate, but they knew what was coming. Lefty versus lefty. Who's going to win that matchup?
Now, I'll admit there are some prettier swings I've seen,
but you want contact.
But in terms of a power swing from a left-handed bat,
that's Barry Bonds all day.
I don't know if I've seen one better than Barry Bonds. I've seen some that look better, but I don't think I've seen one that's as effective.
See, and people want to criticize my knowledge of baseball when I put the impossible choice of the prettiest swing with Will Clark and Ken Griffey Jr. You know, and I knew some people would interject Barry Bonds, and I love watching Barry Bonds play. Baseball Hall of Fame, please get it right this summer, will you please? But
I don't know if they will. I want them.
You know that, and I know. You know that, and I know that. It's a major disservice to leave Barry Bonds out of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it is.
All right. And Victor Locke interjects George Carlin. Biggest problem with soccer, there are dots on the ball. That's a big rule of mine. No doggone dots on the ball. Anyone who has seen Playing with Your Head 1986, that's where he got that from. That's where he got that from. Like ice hockey, Ryan McCoffey in the house. MLS is better to watch in person. That's how I became a seasoned supporter of the New York Red Bulls in 2016. I get that. I just like watching the MISL more. I don't know why Steve Jungle became a part of my lexicon. I don't know why the San Diego Sockers, whenever they would kick anyone's ass in the MLS finals, I'd love it. I don't know why that is, but it is. I don't know why that is. I just loved it. I just absolutely loved it. All right, we're at the top of the hour. Stacy had to step away. We're going to take a quick 60-second break, and we'll get into hour two.
I'm in another league. I'm a different breed. I'm everything you can never be. I'm next level. Next level.
Thursday nights are wrestling night on CSTV. Tune in every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific to see all the amazing Next Level Pro Wrestling stars on Thursday Night Throwdown on CSTVNow.com and the CSTV app on your Roku device.
Let me make a correction. We're going to take a few minutes because I have to step away. But when we come back, we're going to have fun for hour two and continue to laugh back after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
I'm in another league. I'm a different breed. I'm everything you can never be. I'm next level. Next level.
Thursday nights are wrestling night on CSTV. Tune in every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific to see all the amazing Next Level Pro Wrestling stars on Thursday Night Throwdown on CSTVNow.com and the CSTV app on your Roku device.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
If you're the kind of person that likes to drive a lot and your car is a little bit older and out of the normal warranty, keep listening. What's going on underneath the hood of your car? If your car is out of warranty, you're at risk of expensive repair bills. Now, for a couple of dollars a day, you can get an extended protection plan for your car. Hey, you love your car, so why not give it a little extra care? And make sure if something goes wrong, your bank account is safe. Literally, for a couple of dollars a day, you can give yourself peace of mind that you purchased a top-tier vehicle repair coverage plan. Call the Auto Protection Network right now and ask how you could save an additional $500 on your policy. Call 87.
Yeah, sports are great, but without your health, you get nothing. Like, I'm on the verge of dying, so, like, what's more important, really? Sports or being dead? Like, dead.
And now I turn the floor over to you. What is there to gain from posting a video while supposedly under a fever?
First of all, I don't wish anyone death.
No, I don't
wish anyone death.
I don't either.
But I might make an exception for Dave Portnoy. Dave Portnoy. I could give two if he was home throwing up, vomiting. I could give two. The first nominee for moron of the year, it was Dave Portnoy.
Good Lord. What else does he throw under the train? What else does he throw? Who else does he throw under the bus? Catch the television replay tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central on BS3. And you can catch a replay on all of our networks. And we thank you for your support. Mentality, the ultimate masculine safe space. Good grief. Hour 2 starts now. Time for hour 2 of this spectacular. Ryan McCoffey now joins us this morning.
That's what you need to do to beat Josh Allen. You need to make him uncomfortable.
Hour 2, time for some Spivey notes. And here's Jay.
Well, I know he's only in his third year, but they're just wasting Justin Herbert.
Hour 2,
the hardest working content creator I know, the playmaker.
Hey, LeBron James, the greatest scorer of all time. Hey.
Hour 2,
the one, the only Christopher Dietz.
They rewarded Ohio State for not playing, and they punished USC for playing.
Hour 2, Sam Shady.
Oh, man. It's been a roller coaster ride if you were a Philadelphia Stars fan.
Hour 2, that's Big Ben, the man in charge of the BS3 network.
And if I see Kurt 2 Chainz Cousins out.
Hour 2, Chris Bay's joining us.
Oh my God! Oh, this game! Oh, way to go, Sammy!
Hour 2,
YSL.
Oh man, I thought I missed it.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Time for hour 2 of this spectacular, and it starts right now. It most certainly does. Oh, Hope y'all are enjoying this as we are enjoying bringing it to you.
Ray Ray Center will not be televised at this time, so that we can bring to you the following special presentation from LJPN.
We are gathered here this morning, finally, to celebrate. I'm sorry. To remember the season that Yo Kang put together. And it was a legendary season because, yes, LeBron, it is you. It has always been you and always will be you.
Ready? And pull! Trash!
My engineer's pushing all the buttons this morning.
This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronze sexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. Ray LJPN, now approve all this.
The season that was put together by him was one of legend. And then Game 4 against Denver happened when he had several chances to bring the Lakers all the way back to win the game. But he didn't. That's how a lot of people felt when LeBron James drove to his left and encountered a posse of Denver Nuggets that included Aaron Gordon, that included Jamal Murray, and in essence, Nikola Jokic. And he couldn't do anything about it because he didn't do this.
LJPN is sponsored by HoFacts. Before she hoe, and you gotta know, tell her to show me the HoFacts.
And because he didn't lay out his HoFacts to the parishioners, his season ended like this.
Trays.
Oh, me? I'm the Deacon Snowman Braun lover, delivering this eulogy.
Moan him!
Shut up. I'm delivering this eulogy today because it needs to be delivered. And just like a lot of people like me, we hope this is his final season because his entire career has been
Trays.
And a lot of these sexuals are thinking, and
I don't remember asking you a thing.
And I respond to them with,
why the you lying? Why you always lying?
Because at the end of the day, LeBron James took a big fat That is what happened. Now this.
This is Snowman in the morning.
I'm in another lane. I'm a different breed. I'm everything you can never be. I'm next level. Next level.
Thursday nights are wrestling night on CSTV. Tune in every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific to see all the amazing Next Level Pro Wrestling stars on Thursday Night Throwdown on CSTVNow.com and the CSTV app on your Roku device.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
Now we're back. This career needs to end. And of course, the flowers are provided of courtesy of Ime Udoka Florists. Let loss, let bum, let fraud, let choke. Because he did choke. Make no mistake about it. He did choke. All the times he wanted the... Sorry.
You fool!
Sorry. And there were some people that actually wanted to see
Game 7.
Sorry. Going off the rails again. And before I lose it, I'm going to close it. Now that we got that out of the way.
This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronze sexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. Real LJPM. Now approve all this. This bronze sexual confession is brought to you by Bron Joy Juice. Bron Joy Juice. The ultimate joy juice of bronze sexuals worldwide. Made with 100% organic seal milk.
In a world where partial greatness is celebrated and total greatness is shunned, there stands to be a figure on the lips of those who love him and those who hate him. The inane comparisons to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant continue and has existed since 2003. There is no end in sight For the battle between those who unconditionally love and unconditionally hate him wages on. These are their stories. Welcome to the Bronzexual Confessions.
Now then, Bronzexuals, you get me. I forgot my specs here. So after all that, and celebrating, as proper basketball fans do, the Miami Heat and the Denver Nuggets get into the World Championship Series. I had a few conversations with Bronzexuals, and yes, I said a few. And they're still, to this moment, not day, but moment, offering excuses for, oh God, here goes my throat, their Kane. Let me just say to all these Bronzexuals that he choked so bad that the Heimlich maneuver couldn't save him. Thank you, Sick Diggy, for that. How are you going to go to your weak side knowing you haven't had a left-handed dribble or a left-handed move in 20 years? Knowing they were going to send a posse after you going to the left side. Knowing all that, you still try to win the game that way. And these Bronzexuals had the unmitigated gall to say unto me things, and Hog TV is the biggest culprit of this. When we were talking about Game 2 of the World Championship, which the Heat stole from Denver, and we have a series now, it's one apiece, and Jamal Murray didn't step up, nor Michael Porter Jr. or anybody like that, or Jeff Green, Hawk TV said, quote, put your Kang on the Nuggets and they win that game flawlessly. Close quote. Hawk TV, I love you, but don't you ever in life tell that lie again. Because it's a lie. And you know it's a lie. Newsflash, the Seals are jumping for joy after the makers of Brown Bro and Joy Juice settled with their union for additional pay and benefits. Well, what are they going to pay him with? That's my question. And I'll say it again, to this moment, these Bronzexuals are making excuses for him when he has no excuse. He's got no excuse whatsoever. None. Zero, zip, zilch, nada, nothing. And y'all want to say, and you Bronzexuals want to say he's the greatest basketball player that ever lived? Are you out of your bleep? Give me this button. Give me this button. Are you out of your fucking mind? Good grief. Stop it. He hasn't been relevant since 2011 when his candidacy for NBA greatest of all time went dead. You understand that? His candidacy for the greatest of all time went dead on June 12th, 2011. Why don't y'all understand? Why don't you Bronzexuals understand that he is not anywhere near a candidacy for greatest player of all time? Not anywhere And he hasn't been near that for a long, long, long time. 12 years worth. 12 years. Now you have my candidate for the fucking moron of the year in Kyrita Herbal Tea reaching out to him to play with him and for the Dallas Mavericks. I hope that train wreck happens. Y'all want to see a train wreck worse? Y'all want to see a train wreck worse than when LeBron tried to play with Russell Westbrook and Westbrook's not getting a ring? Here it is, right there. There is your train wreck of the year. For you see, if this deal somehow gets done, good God. If that's somehow, if you know, these Bronsexuals would jump for joy if and when Braun teams up with Kyrita, if Le Bust, or where is it? Where's that coming? And let me welcome Butterfly to the fray. If Le Lost joins the team, joins the Dallas Mavericks, you know, that's a train wreck I would love to see. That's a train wreck I'd love to have happen. If those two, both of them long in the tooth, or as Richard Pryor says, tooth. Thank you to the late great Richard Pryor.
Tooth.
Tooth. TOOF. Tooth.
Only Richard.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Both of them long in the tooth. If those two, do you know how much of a train wreck that would be? Mr. Johnson, do you know how much of a train wreck that would be? If those two somehow got together.
Oh yes.
Wouldn't it be wonderful?
That's what I'm rooting
that would
for.
be that would be 82 games of torture for Luka Doncic.
And that'd be 82 games of must viewing for me, because I'd want to see that team disintegrate. And I don't hate the Mavericks at all.
No,
actually.
I don't hate the Mavericks either. Okay. First of all, Dallas Mavericks, you know that court you had during the COVID season where you had the logo with the M and the cowboy hat? Go back to that, please. Go back to that logo. All right, Mark Cuban, make the sacrifice. Go back to that logo. What's up, Rising Rhino?
Man,
Second of all,
I think I'm getting old in my taste, because I miss the original Dallas Mavericks uniforms. I missed them wearing. I miss wearing the whites at home with the blue writing, and I miss the green and white on the road. I miss that.
When did it flip? When did it flip for? Well,
I think it was like it flipped in the mid-90s. I think.
All right, that's a subject we'll discuss for after this Bronsexual confession. And believe me, I've had. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. I've had a few of these. And you know these are.
Lord.
You know those are brain cells I would never get back, even at age 50. Damn near 51.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You know those are brain cells neither of us will get back.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, man.
And to this moment, I swear to you, I know you've seen it. Mm-hmm. Shut up, Victor. I love you, but shut up. Let me put this up here. What you mean?
No, Lord.
And I jokingly respond with, you know exactly what the hell I mean. You need to sit down, Hawk TV, because you know what? Give me this camera. Give me this doggone camera.
Oh my goodness.
Let me lean.
I don't remember asking you a thing.
Okay, Hawk TV, this is for you and you alone. Yo Kang sucks ass. Yo Kang is a failure as a basketball player. Matter of fact, give me this button. LeBron. Period.
And the reason why we talk about this idiot all the time.
Yes, LeBron, it is you. It's always been you. It always will be you. And I have gotten better, thank God, at keeping it to one day and one day only. And this is that day. I've gotten better to keeping my
Tiger uppercut
dishes to one day when it comes to le fraud.
Because I told you could talk about him every day.
But, as Victor says best, what you mean?
Oh,
shut up, Victor. I love you, but shut up.
Not what you mean. Lord have mercy.
Look, that's his creation.
I know.
And with all the stuff that Cole and I have expertly pointed out about bronsexuals, he on his program, me here, and both of us here, you can't make this up.
I would love to, but you can't.
Let me say it again for those of you in the cheap seats at Old Reunion Arena. You can't make this up. Make basketball great again? My I had to time
Who said that blasphemy?
Look in the comments. Then don't put it up. Just look. Just look.
Who said that?
Who
was said that blasphemy? Lord have mercy.
I don't remember asking you a thing.
As was said in the Superman movie in 1978, fly. Don't look, just fly. Not something.
Oh, no.
Not saying what it is.
Ryan. Mr. Give Me This Camera is here today.
You're doggone right I'm here today.
Exactly.
Oh,
it is the utter blasphemy. Oh, good Lord. I don't have the image, but I could almost do it.
Go.
I can almost do it. Let me see. Where is it? Oh, doggone, it's not here, but I'll do it this. I'll do it this way.
Please.
The utter blasphemy. You know, like Giannis was in Game 7 and Embiid getting bounced in the second round, and Stephen Curry getting carried to a finals conference MVP, all playoff song, and Jokic getting bounced in the first round, because it's not about those things. It's about this.
Oh, dear. Sorry. Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, LeBron James is still the best basketball player in the world.
Here we go.
Bitch, please.
Bitch, are you for real? You for real?
I'm getting too old for this.
Oh, you were finished. English, do you speak it? I don't remember asking you a thing.
Why the you lying?
Why?
And as a bonus.
So I realized that I think, even though it's not advertised,
right,
there has to be a place for stupid people. We don't know because we're not stupid, so we don't know anything about it. It's like a secret club society.
Oh my gosh.
So I come to the conclusion that he graduated from SU, stupid university. Yeah, get all the stupid ass letters that go along with graduating high honors of being stupid. I can't do no more, man.
Vámonos, dominos, vámonos. Stupid university, where everyone graduates magna cum stupid.
And then
now a selection from the Wonder Bread Choir entitled
"You Trippin'."
Stop Spunking Them Rocks, extended version.
Thank you.
No problem.
And then here's where I challenge Rising Rhino. A top player at 38, don't you ever in life come into this comment section with that piece of grade A homogenized Holstein bullshit ever again.
No, that's
ever.
Okay. No, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
I understand. Yes, LeBron at 38, he averaged 29 and 7 and 8. I get that. That is impressive for 38. That's impressive for an athlete that's in his 20th season in the NBA.
Yeah, but Kareem averaged 29 in the finals.
I know. I'm getting to that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I
get that you bronsexuals compare that to Kobe's season in 2008 and probably any of Michael Jordan's second half of his Bulls career, any season you want to choose. And I get you pick what's another one that you want that you all like to choose? Let's see, Kobe, Jordan. I get that you even pick Bird in '86. I get that. I get that he had wonderful seasons like those guys, but the problem with that is those other ones there, they went to the finals at least. And I think with Jordan in any of the '90s except for '95, obviously,
he won.
And Bird in '86, they won a ring.
They won it, and I'll add this point, which Hawk TV seems to skip over. You know that '86 season where Boston had the greatest team ever assembled? Oh yeah, who was the MVP of the 85-86 season for the third consecutive year? Larry Joe Bird.
So, and then you all like to laud over the fact that yes, Jordan didn't get a ring at 38 and didn't score as many points as Yo Kang did. And Kobe didn't play at 38. Or I should say he played at 38, gave you 60, but he didn't play all throughout the season.
No.
And you want to laud all of this. Yeah, because of injury for most of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So you put this in our faces and you say, well, look at this guy who was defying Father Time. But for the exception of the name that my partner just mentioned in Lou Alcindor, a.k.a. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, those athletes in 38 share one similar trait as LeBron at 38. Unfortunately for their season, they all took one massive... Does it really matter that he averaged almost 30 points? No. Because the deal didn't get sealed. You didn't get the job done. I think he will probably tell you before anybody else. The goal is to raise the Larry O'Brien trophy, not all the other trinkets that come before it.
Rising Rhino, I'll answer your question simply. It's not that he hasn't won enough. He's been so doggone inconsistent in his 20 years. Let me throw a stat at you and Hog TV and other bronsexual. I won't call Rising Rhino a bronsexual. I'll take you out of that equation. But let me throw something at Hog TV that I know he'll look up later, but I want to tease him about this. You know how many games LeBron James played in his 20th season? 55.
Yeah, but see,
at age
I can remember it was 55, 56, 57. Yeah.
At age 38, LeBron James played 55 games. You know how many games Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played? At age 38, 79.
Dang, that is impressive.
70. Matter of fact, you want
That is impressive.
Let me go a little bit further.
Wow.
Let me go a little bit further.
He didn't sit that many games out, considering they probably had the West zone. Wow, that's impressive.
They owned the West for years. You know it as well as I.
Wow.
About the only year, I beg your pardon, they did not own the West was 1986. Why?
Yeah.
Team the Dream Abdul Olajuwon.
Yeah, he started to find his offensive mojo that year.
He found a lot more, and he was
always a great defensive player, but he found his offensive mojo.
But he got better. He got better defensively. Okay, in Kareem's final season, because we actually do research on this show, Bronze Sexuals. You know how many games Kareem played in his final season, his 20th and final season? 74.
Wow. And Kareem was what, 42?
He was 42 years old.
That is impressive for a 42-year-old playing that many games.
He was sky hooking for 74 games, and he still averaged double digits. You fool!
And helped his team get to the finals that year. Yeah.
1989, they just ran up against the buzzsaw in the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, they ran to a team that was hungrier than they were. Yeah.
And I may have hated the Pistons as a fan in 1989, but given the state that the NBA is in today because of Yo Kang, I respect the hell out of Chuck Daly and the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, they ran into a team that was hungry. That was hungrier, and the miles was starting to get to the Lakers. And I'm not talking about Kareem.
No,
I'm talking about Worthy and Magic. It was starting to get to them because
remember,
they played.
Magic played game 1 where they lost 109-97. And then Magic was lost for the remainder of the series.
Yeah, in the beginning game 2, that's what happened. Bow, gone.
With a
pulled a hamstring. Groin. It was a groin. That's right.
It was he had a
I
groin.
couldn't remember if it was a hamstring or a groin.
It was a groin.
Yeah.
It was a groin. At the beginning of game 2, the Pistons smelled blood in the water and took advantage of it.
And that's exactly what a team should.
Teams do.
That's exactly what a great team should do.
So at age 38, everybody's saying, "Oh," and Cole, I love the way you repeat this on your show or mine. Oh my God, we've never seen anyone do what LeBron has done at 38. His name is Lou Alcindor, aka Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, aka Captain Skyhook, aka 6-time MVP, aka Finals MVP at age 38.
38 years and 2 months of age.
And oh, by the way, you know where he won the Finals MVP?
The Gag.
Give me that PSA.
Oh. Because I'm sure Wise, as young as he was then, which would have made it, 8, maybe 9, he probably was saying this.
The following is a public service announcement from Wise El Jefe.
Boston.
This has been a public service announcement from Wise El Jefe.
Period. So, nah, you stupid bronze sexuals. Now get the hell out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure.
Oh yeah, the ruinization of the NBA. Yes, LeBron, it is you. It has always been you. It always will be you. Your career is a failure. You fucked up the NBA.
Wow.
Let me change my sentence. You royally fucked up the NBA. It is your fault.
Wow.
Period. F you, LeBron James. And as I said a couple of weeks ago, dear LeBron James, f you. Dear social media for allowing bronze sexuals to take over groups, f you.
No, not just groups, take over sports talk in general. Oh my gosh.
Nick Wright, hello. And for ESPN taking the contract beg your pardon, that allowed LeBron to show up. You, and you.
Now what do you have against the mouse?
Shut up. Now get out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
What you?
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous, undying loyalty. Good Lord, I'm about to throw up. This has been yet another installment of The Bronsexual Confessions.
And the man who famed the camel clutch has now left us. I mean, the ultimate heel, but he enjoyed doing it. He enjoyed,
and he was great at it.
He was great at it.
Yeah.
I mean, as a fan, I hated the Iron Sheik, but the more I got to know him, the more I loved him. So, to the family, of the Iron Sheik, man, that camel clutch was something else. He's passed away today at the age of 81. He gave us a lot of entertainment.
All the stories that I've heard other wrestlers mention when it comes to him has been nothing but a ton of, like, they had a lot of respect for him as an athlete because he was one of the greatest athletes wrestling ever produced.
Oh, one of the best, man.
I mean,
one of the best.
I mean, people from Ric Flair to Ken Patera to Michael Hayes, every person who was around the Sheik, they raved about his athleticism. He had a motor that wouldn't quit. He had strength that was uncommon. I mean, he was an Olympic athlete because he represented Iran. I forgot what year. But he represented Iran before he got into, and I think it was 72, before he got into pro wrestling. And he when he became the Sheik, it was like he just embodied what you wanted to hate in a character. And although, yes, Hogan ran the roost early on, like in 84.
He had to go through the Sheik.
He had to go through the Sheik to do it. But even after that, I still say 84, that year belonged to the Sheik because he and Sergeant Slaughter tore houses down everywhere.
They tore it up, man. They tore it up. So to the family of the Sheik, we love you. We got our prayers for you.
Love you, Sheiky, baby. You one of the best, baby. You one of the best.
One of the best. One of the all-time greats. Speaking of all-time greats, we got a few minutes left here. You know how? Look, what did you? I've got to ask this question on the air. I've asked it off the air. You had me rolling when you unveiled that conversation with a bronsexual graphic when I was in North Carolina, and you had me falling out of my chair and falling into bed laughing. What did you expect to unearth when you created this? I've got to know. I've asked you off the air. Yes.
Bronsexual Confessions?
Yes.
You know, at first it was like it was a challenge to me. I took it as a challenge because I said, I'm not going to breathe the name LeBron James at any other time during any other video that I do. I don't care where it is. I don't care if it's and for the longest, I didn't even mention LeBron James on the Cole Sports main broadcast.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm not gonna mention him at any place, anywhere, except Wednesday, that 15 minutes on the daily. And I held myself to that standard. I was like, I'm not gonna mention him. I don't care if he has breaking news every day of the week that isn't Wednesday. I'm just gonna compile all of that into that broadcast on Wednesday because I am not going to have this jackal. And not necessarily him. I'm not going to have the obsessive fan base of that guy dominate everything I talk about when it comes to sports. Because it was just getting too much.
And boy, are they ever obsessive.
Yeah. So I kept seeing, I just kept seeing it get worse and worse and worse. It used to be when he was with the Heat. It used to be okay. So you have to talk about Jordan isn't as good as LeBron. LeBron isn't as good as Jordan. Yeah, I mean that started when he became part of the Heat.
Right.
But the conversation wasn't every day. It was like maybe every other day, maybe even every third day. Then when he became a calf again, that started to pick up more steam, especially after 2016.
Oh dear Lord!
And then
when they got an assist the size of Cleveland Stadium. Oh, did I say that aloud?
Oh Lord! And then when
did I say that aloud?
And then when he became a Laker and the bubble championship happened.
Oh jeez.
It went into overdrive, and even before the championship in the bubble began, that the drive to it began, it was shifted into overdrive. Every single day in the myriad of sports rooms on Facebook that I'm on, it had a LeBron is great comment.
Now you know why I cussed out Facebook 2 weeks ago.
LeBron is the best of all time everywhere. 1/3 of the fandom menace.
I love you, Victor.
Not Phantom Menace. Fandom menace. I love that. Well, that's a good one, Victor. But yeah, I mean, every room I stepped in,
yes,
you would have the top or the most recent or post would be something LeBron James inclined, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, can we not talk about every day? And it was a new one every day. I was like, can we stop talking about him?
When I moved to North Carolina in 2019, when we moved to North Carolina, it had just started picking up steam. And then you and I both got worried at the same time when the Lakers led 3-1 in the bubble.
Yep.
And we both got scared at the same time.
Yeah, because they're going to start saying, LeBron, since he's won his 4th championship, is he the best of all time? And I'm like, the media began that, and I was like, you all
are stupid.
You all have just messed sports talk up for
Forever.
at least until LeBron retires, because this fool is going to. Now this is a criticism toward LeBron. This fool is going to eat that up. Because he hasn't met a camera he doesn't like. I mean, he
2018 everyone. 2018 anyone?
He absorbs
Victor, that's you and I this
attention.
afternoon. Victor, that's you and I this afternoon for hour 2 of the Brian Snow Show. I'm going from 2 to 4 so I can do the whole 2 hours. First hours with Wise, the seconds with Victor, and then we'll lead right into you. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just, it was like, it's like he absorbs attention. And when
anyone,
and when he got his 4th ring, people were saying, well, I think he's the greatest of all time. And then he would say statements such as, oh Lord, then he would say statements such as, quote, the 2 toughest championships ever won was 2016 and 2020. Close quote. Or he would say statements such as this, quote, thinking about 2016's NBA Finals and all that entailed and the fact it took us to get from a 3-1 deficit to win the series, I think that makes me the greatest of all time. Close quote. And statements such as Game 5 post press conference, 2015 NBA Finals, where the question was asked, so LeBron, why do you think that you still have a chance to win? He said, quote, because I'm the best player in the world.
And then,
close quote.
And then Andre Iguodala proved otherwise. And thank you. He hung him up after this season, but
yes,
thank you, Andre Iguodala, out of Springfield Lanphier High School in Springfield, Illinois, University of Arizona, played many years with the Denver Nuggets, but his career was defined in Golden State.
Yeah, and he announced his retirement shortly after the Warriors were eliminated. Yeah. Yes, Ryan. He actually said that 2020 was one of the 2 toughest championships ever won, simply because his statement was, "Well, we were away from family. We only saw our wives when the playoffs became when we got into the playoffs. It was just difficult for us." And I'm thinking, okay, I can understand that to a degree.
To a degree, but you're away from your family 82 games a year.
But to another degree, you didn't travel, and you got a chance to play in a sterilized environment every other day.
You know what Jody said to me when everything went down with COVID? She says, "Why are they making this season up?" And I'm recording one of my shows. You were with me when I said they just need to push the plunger on the season and reset for 21. Jody came up to me and she says, "I agree with that." I said, and let me undrafted
do you
hoops.
Really need to ask that? Do you? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
First of all, undrafted hoops, welcome to you, brother. Thank you for being a part of this show. But I'm going to respond to this.
And
got to consider everything he has really done for the game, being the game's all-time scorer, and many other accolades will by default absorb attention by your phrasing. That ain't all that will absorb attention.
No, but I'm not talking about that.
Right.
I'm saying he absorbs attention. That's media putting attention on him.
Yes,
that's different. I'm talking about when I say absorb attention, and then giving it forth him out of himself. I'm talking about after they get eliminated. Oh, I'm thinking about retiring.
Right. That part, right?
That's 2 weeks ago. Last week, I played most of the season hurt. This week, and this may not come straight from him, but he didn't either say don't say anything or shoot that down.
Yeah.
Kyrie leaks that he wants LeBron to be in Dallas. That's what I'm talking about by saying he absorbs attention.
Which is what I hit hard this morning. Which is one of the things I hit hard this morning. And when you came back, I assume you had to go to a meeting. When you came back, that's when I said, that's a train wreck I want to see. That's a train wreck I want to see.
Now, I'll take
the hell with everything else.
If Jordan played in the bubble, everyone would be like, oh, yeah, this is the purest form of hoops, just the ball and basket. Jordan will probably say, yeah, it's cool, but it'd be better if it was people in stands.
Michael Jordan loved playing for the fans. Abdul-Jabbar, James Worthy, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, they love playing for the fans.
Yeah.
Big difference. And I yell because I'm going to be 51 next month. I'm going to be 51 in 6 weeks' time. And I can't wait to celebrate number 51. You scoffed at an all-time score. Yes, I do.
Oh, no. Don't know.
Okay, go ahead.
So you scoff at all-time scorer, and people always discredit his accolades because of longevity. But if it were that easy, why hasn't anyone else done it? Here's my pushback to you on that. On the lead up to when he did pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, did any of you say that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest player of all time because he was the most prolific scorer ever? No. Yes, that is a longevity record. No question about that. And it's one that you should applaud and say, wow, you spent all that time to amass that achievement. It's a great achievement.
It is.
But But I guarantee you, I did not see one bronzesexual. I'm not putting you in that category.
No, Undrafted Hoops is not a bronzesexual. He brings up valid points. He brings up. There's a difference.
You're bringing up valid points. Yes,
there's a difference between bronzesexuals and the debate we love having with folks like Undrafted Hoops, Undrafted Hoops, and with Ryan and to a point Hawk TV. And Hawk TV just loves teasing us.
Yeah,
okay. Hawk TV just loves giving us mess.
Yeah,
all right, and we love him dearly. The pure unadulterated bronzesexuals, of which Undrafted Hoops and Hawk TV were not classifying you as,
because you get it. You do get it.
They get it. Y'all get it, and we love that.
Now, you all love LeBron, and that's cool. I have no problem with that.
None here.
But you all aren't saying he's great and everybody else sucks.
Right. That's the difference.
I did not hear the most obsessive of LeBron James fan bases say, well, Kareem is the greatest of all time because he has the highest point total ever.
Right.
I never heard them say that. Never.
That.
But I heard every one of them say when LeBron gets there, he will be.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I find hypocritical about that.
And that's the point, Undrafted Hoops, to you, my friend. That's the point we're making. That is the point we're making. Take a look at the left corner. I made a tweak to the company logo. You see it?
Wait a minute. Hold on. I can see it somewhere else.
I made a couple of tweaks to the logo. I kept the center portion of it, and I just straightened everything out.
Okay.
Wanted to make it more linear. But
nice. I see. Okay.
That was the point that's the point we're making, and that's why we do this segment every week on Wednesday. Believe me, Cole and Jody and Wise and about 200 other people saying, look, keep it to Wednesdays.
Yeah. And I get what you're saying there, Mace. No, we didn't say Kareem's the greatest all time just from scoring, but LeBron would be top 3 all time in assists. No, 4, because I don't think he'll pass Chris Paul. Right. Top 20 rebounds, top 10 in steals.
Those lies can't be found. Okay?
No, they can't be.
Those lies can't be found.
But Kareem, when he retired, he was number 1 in blocks and number 1 in all-time points. Now, Hakeem passed him up with blocks, but
and as Cole brings up, the most indefensible shot ever, the sky hook. You couldn't defend that. Yeah. To the point where there's a fellow by the name of Brad Doherty who developed a jump hook to counter that.
Yeah.
Or not counter it, but to use in his arsenal. And a lot of other centers have used the jump hook. But the most indefensible shot of all time is the sky hook.
Yeah.
This is where I push back against bronzesexuals, and we got about 60 seconds left.
Good.
This is where I push back against bronzesexuals, because the argument that I make is, yes, LeBron is a fabulous athlete.
To me, he's the best athlete that has ever played in basketball history. In my opinion, the greatest athlete that's ever played in the NBA.
He's a phenomenal
no question about
athlete. No question about that. What I question is his basketball skills. I've always questioned that since he came into the NBA, and call me old, but I've seen better.
I'm going to narrow it even further. Not necessarily his skills, his fundamentals.
I'm sorry. Did you just swear at me?
Mm-hmm. You question his basketball fundamentals. That is what you question.
That is what I will always question, is his fundamentals. And we got to get on out of here. We're going to have fun tomorrow as well, but Stacy, sis, this is for you. Kick cancer in the ass the same way many others before me and me have done. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you,
then they're not big enough. And thank you for the conversation, guys. Appreciate you all.
Thank you guys for the conversation. 2-hour Brian Snow show today from 2 to 4. I'll have Wise and Vicala with more hour-long random musings on. We got our first couple of episodes in. And then you'll see Cole Sports at 4 p.m. Eastern. We are out of here. We love y'all, and we'll see you tomorrow.
LeBron James, the greatest basketball player of all time.
Shit.